Well, folks, D-Day is coming. I hope y'all are ready. Welcome to Prepper Nation. I am John. Thank you very much for watching, or in yesterday's case, listening pretty much. Truly appreciate it. And also liking the video or disliking the video and subscribing to the channel. The thumbs up, thumbs down lets me know what kind of content you folks want over here, as well as helping other people find the channel. So it's truly appreciated. Tomorrow, let's go ahead and jump right into it, okay? Tomorrow's the day. D-Day, right? As I've heard it called on a few videos. Tomorrow's the day of the scheduled national emergency alerts. Tomorrow around approximately 2:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe. Everybody's phones, everybody's smart connected devices are going to get hit at one time. Sure, there are workarounds to this, which we talked about last week. But again, tomorrow's the day. Boogie, boogie, boogie. Everybody needs to be afraid, right? No, come on, man. Um, I had a question earlier this week. It's unbelievable. Okay. I had a question earlier this week. Hey, John, can I put my smartphone in a microwave and then wrap the microwave in aluminum foil to stop this scheduled emergency alert from coming in? At some point, we've got to take our foot off the gas a little bit. On the gas pedal paranoia. At some point, we got to back off a little bit, and we got to, really just look at what we're doing here, folks. Nothing wrong with being prepared. But when we've entered the realm of putting a phone in a microwave and wrapping the microwave with stacks of aluminum foil, what exactly are we doing? Preparedness or otherwise, what are we doing at that point? Please explain to me, if y'all don't mind, how rational, using rational thinking, how that even makes sense. How that's nothing more than paranoia and fear. I'm sorry, but why? Why would you do that in the first place? There have been many, many comments here and other channels as well since they first announced this puppy that's coming tomorrow. There have been many comments. Well, and I showed you a Faraday bag. I explained how those work. I said, yeah, that you can make Faraday cages. There are ways to do it, obviously. But I guess the bigger question is why? Why is everybody so worried about Faradaying this stuff when this emergency alert happens? I guess is the question that I'm asking this morning, because people have said, well, I don't want to make it onto the wrong list. You're already on the list. We're on the list. This is a prepping community. Everybody in this community. I don't care if you've renamed yourself on Google to Mr. Joe Dierte, whatever. It's a screen name. They know who you are. They have known this entire time who you are, where you're located, and they know that you're a prepper. You're not hiding from anybody behind a screen name, etc. These people know who you are. You're already on so many lists that it would probably blow your mind. So why are you trying to avoid a list of people that are going to get this alert? Speaking of lists, let's talk about lists for a second. Here's what you should do, Prepper Nation. I can't tell you what to do, but I can encourage it. Get you out a piece of paper, loose leaf or otherwise. College rule, don't matter. Get you an ink pen. Go through the prepping community of the channels you're subscribed to, son, and make a list of all of the channels that say it's the end of the world. on October the 4th. October the 4th is the trigger event. The apocalypse will begin on October 4th. Make you a list of those channels. And then on October the 5th, maybe revisit that list. Go through these channels again and say, man, do I really care at this point? You know, I mean, I'm just being honest. Folks, it's an emergency test. It's all it is. Are they going to be able to harvest data? Yes. But if you're watching this on a smartphone right now, they're harvesting your data literally right now. If you're on a computer, they're harvesting your data right now. If you have the Ring cameras, if you have Alexa's, Siri's, they're harvesting your data. We already know this. This is not new stuff here. I don't understand why everybody's so freaked out about this test. And even if you put the phone in a microwave and take 10 rolls of the good stuff, not the off-brand, but the Reynolds wrap, and you wrap that microwave tight, guess what's going to happen when you finally take the phone back out of the microwave? It's going to be alerted with the test because the test just floats around in the nether until it hits. It's not going anywhere. You're not avoiding anything by doing all of this stuff. If you own a smartphone or any sort of connected device, that's the trade-off that you've made. I get wanting privacy. This invasion of privacy that started right after September 11th with the Patriot Act. I understand. I don't like it either. I don't like the fact that they're able to harvest data and put us on lists. I'm not saying I enjoy it, but I'm saying that's the way it is. Look, the ringer's off because I'm filming, but I have a smartphone. All right. I'm not up here preaching to the choir. I know that by owning this smartphone, they're going to be able to harvest data when it's not in a Faraday bag. And the moment I take it out of my Faraday bag, the harvesting begins again. I get it. That's the trade off. Do you want the convenience of being connected online, or do you want all of your personal information protected? You cannot have it both ways. This is how it works. All right. But this idea that an announced emergency test tomorrow, again, October the 4th, tomorrow, 2:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that an announced test is a trigger event somehow for the apocalypse is ludicrous. All right. I mean, it just is. Why? Why would they warn you ahead of time that something major is getting ready to happen? But here's a test first so everybody can get prepared. These people don't want you prepared. We talk about this all of the time. The government discourages you from being prepared for disaster. They do. Beginning of the pandemic, they're telling you don't go out and shop and buy extra because there's plenty. We knew that was a lie because if there was plenty, there's no need for the announcement, right? But you're out here and you're handling your business, which is awesome. The government is not going to warn you ahead of time. You think I'm lying. What about East Palestine, Ohio? Did those people get a warning prior to the disaster? What about Maui? Did those folks get a warning prior to? No. This is not a trigger event for anything. I said this last week and I stand by what I said. This is the groundwork. Something big will eventually happen, false flag or otherwise. You be the judge. But when this big thing happens and they need everybody's attention at one time, that is why they're testing this system. That's what the system has been developed for since day one. These people, they don't need to warn you. Again, with East Palestine and Maui, this stuff will happen right in front of your face. They're not trying to hide anything. East Palestine, boom, huge chemical spill. The entire area is completely ruined. You can't farm, you can't drink the water. And they're like, my bad. My bad. We'll see if we can maybe set up a FEMA tent or something and hand out some bottled water. And maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Nobody's going to do anything about it. They already know this. Maui, same thing. Well, yeah, climate change, climate change. Well, it turns out, yeah, y'all were right all along. We had power lines exposed laying on the ground. It's just a matter of time. Sorry about burning the entire island up. Our bad. Maybe if you're lucky and we're in the mood, we'll pitch a couple FEMA tents, put up some walls, and sell your property for 10 cents on a dollar to millionaires that really want to live in Maui once we rebuild it. They don't need to warn you ahead of time. They're not going to warn you ahead of time. And yet, in the prepping community, I've seen headlines like the following this week alone. Prepare for zombies on October the 5th. Prepare for zombies on October the 5th. What? Are you kidding me right now? Zombies? Nukes will fall on October the 5th. The worst food crisis of our generation, of our lifetime, the worst food crisis. The energy apocalypse is here. We've been talking about food shortages since the beginning of the pandemic. We've been talking about being too energy dependent on other countries since Russia invaded Ukraine. This is fear porn, folks. This is not actual intel. Nothing has changed. Look at the price of food over the course of the past 2, 3 years now. And tell me that you haven't noticed that you just woke up in a cave. Oh my God, food has started to go up. Are you kidding me? You already know food is going up. We talk about this at least once a week. The price of kerosene, the price of propane, the price it takes to fuel your home, and heat your home and cool your home. All of that stuff has went up. We talk about this all of the time, folks. Enough with this fear porn crap. It's ridiculous. We've been talking about it for years. Why? Why have we been talking about it for years? Number one, it's the reality. Number two, it's been done to us deliberately. Deliberately. It falls right in line with the agenda, folks. People thought I was crazy when I first brought this up. Control the food, control the people. Guess what they're doing? They're controlling the food. They're taking viable options off of the shelf and they're introducing cheaper plant-based options. They're going to get people hooked on that instead. That's the future. My question is, again, make that list. How stupid are these channels going to look on the 5th, come Thursday? How stupid are they going to look when there are no zombies running around? When your local Food Line, your local Aldi is not run out of groceries? When people are not beating each other down with crowbars and baseball bats at your local Sheetz at the gas pumps? How stupid are these people going to look? They're hoping that preppers just forget about it and that they latch on, and they probably will, to truth be told, latch on to the next, date, to the next fear porn date. It's crazy. People are going to wake up on Thursday. Prediction time. People are going to wake up on Thursday. They will have hoarded food because they've listened to all of these channels. Okay. Should prep food. You should not hoard food. It's ridiculous. Okay. They're going to be laying in their bed, looking through the house at a microwave that is wrapped in Reynolds wrap, about 10 inches thick. They're going to be laying under a patchwork quilt that is made out of Mylar bags. And they're going to be looking and they're going to be thinking, how stupid am I? Really? How dumb was I for falling for this clickbait and this fear porn. It's pathetic. The lengths people will go to get clicks and try and be famous on YouTube and try and make money on YouTube. It's pathetic. Nothing is going to happen with this alert. The following day, you will wake up and it will literally be another Thursday morning here in the United States with a clown as president, with a clown show as dysfunctional Congress, with taxes being through the roof. Literally nothing is going to change. Okay, now at some point, we may see the apocalypse. At some point, we may have a black swan event, but it's not going to be this week, right? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it's not going to be this week, and we're not going to be warned ahead of time. I mean, at this point, I have no words. I'm sitting around watching all of this fear porn being churned out by these channels, shaking my head, at this point. I mean, I have no words. Panic if you want to, I guess. I'm out.